I would hate to become an influencer or a person who people look up to and then I'm not in line. Like when somebody sees me out in public and I'm not in front of a camera, I would hate that they would see me and say, oh, she's totally different than she is on camera. That's weird. You know, I would hate that. I want when people see me and meet me to be like, oh, the same person that shows up on this camera is the same person you see outside. And that is my goal. And that's why I try my best every single day to be in front of a camera, no matter how nervous I get and how uncomfortable it is, because I want to be the same person behind the camera and off the camera, or in front of the camera and off the camera. Hello, my love. Welcome or welcome back. I'm so happy to have you. Today, we're going to talk about a subject I didn't plan to talk about today, or this week, I should say. I had something totally different planned, but I've been kind of going through a healing process the last week. Just kind of had to sit back and take some time to myself. So I didn't finish what I was supposed to be posting this week, but that should be available next week or the week after. It will be a 1 or 2-parter, possibly a series, short series, getting prepared for 2024. So look out for that. Today, we are going to talk about something that popped in my head this morning, and I took that as a sign that God wanted me to talk about it. So, integrity. I want to talk about integrity, honesty. How you do one thing is how you do all things. How you do anything is how you do everything. That's what we're going to chat about today. It will be short and sweet. Maybe get you a little, I don't want to say riled up, but maybe get you thinking about some things in your life. And that is what I hope and I pray that it will do. So when I'm thinking about integrity, I'm thinking literally, like I said, how you do some things is how you do all things. How you do one thing is how you do anything. There's so many versions of that quote, but you get where I'm at, or you get where I'm coming from. I'm sorry. I think immediately of working out, and I know it's funny, but I think of working out and I think of making my bed. So if you say, I'm going to go work out, I made a decision, I'm going to work out. I made it a goal. And so then you start saying, in the morning, you set your alarm, you got the new workout clothes, you got the new shoes, you may even have got new socks, new headband, maybe even some new headphones. I don't know. You're looking cute. For the ladies and the gents, you guys are looking good. And so you set your alarm, you even have your workout planned, and then in the morning, the alarm goes off, you close your eyes, and you're like, oh, I'll start tomorrow. And to a lot of people, that doesn't seem like a big deal, but it is a big deal. You did not keep your word to yourself when you decided to put your alarm, snooze your alarm, or roll back over, or not go to the gym. And we've all been guilty of it. I've even been guilty of it. Last week, I was guilty of this. I've been going so strong in the gym, or not in the gym, I'm sorry. I've been going strong with working out and walking. And then when I got into this little funk, I wasn't as committed. Maybe that's why I'm reminded of this idea of how you do some things is how you do all things. For me, I could have just stopped working out, stopped walking. But no, I fell down. I did my healing. I did my crying. I did what I need to do. And I'm back working out. I'm back outside walking. I feel like integrity is keeping your word to yourself. Integrity is honesty when no one's watching. The actual definition of integrity says the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness, the state of being whole and undivided. And so for me, I really just look at integrity as I said, honesty when nobody's watching. It's you being authentic to yourself. For that workout, you may not have told anybody you didn't do that workout. And some influencers and people who are online probably wouldn't even have told you that they missed their workouts. Like I told you, I missed my workouts last week. Not every single one, but the majority of them. Integrity is not showing up as being perfect, but just being yourself, being your honest, true self. That could look like when you're online, making sure that you are not showing up fake and phony. For me, that looks like me not wearing makeup because I don't really wear makeup. I wanted to make sure that when people, especially little girls, saw this, they saw that I show up just as I am. If I have a pimple on my face, you might have seen one in one of the videos, I'm not going to remove it, because for me, that was something that was so hard for me growing up because I didn't see women with pimples on their face. I didn't. I was like, I didn't. It was very rare. It's always perfect skin and no blemishes. And I thought that that was normal to be perfect. And then as you get older, you start realizing people Photoshop things, or they're using airbrush makeup, or, you know, what they're adding to their body or reducing something from their body. I wanted to be able to show up here on this platform and any other platform as who I am authentically, from me giggling when I think something is funny, because I think so many things are funny, or when I'm down, or when I'm up, because I want people to know that yes, you can make an impact being your authentic self. How I do this is how I do everything. I want it to be where if you see me outside, you're like, wow, Alana's the same person online as she is out there. I would hate that someone would see me outside in life and I didn't see them, and they're just kind of like observing me, and they're like, wow, she's totally different than what she is online. If anything, I want people to be like, wow, she's crazier in person than she is online. She's more funny, she's more loving, she's more kind, you know? And so just really sit back and think about how you are in the dark versus how you are in the light. Are you wearing masks? Because I've been someone who's worn masks, many masks. Am I wearing masks? Am I being my true self? Am I being my authentic self? Am I showing up for myself? Am I keeping my word to myself, for myself? This could look like for people who, you know, are online. Are you posting it authentically? Like, is this authentically you? Are you doing it for the gram? Or are you doing it because this is who you are and this is what you're doing? This is the message you're trying to impose. Obviously, we have to make things look aesthetically pleasing sometimes because people won't watch because of the world we live in. I get that. But through and through and consistently, are you being you? I also think of in your workplace, do things for the team even without them knowing. Or do you expect that somebody has to be watching? Do you expect someone to watch you, or helicopter? I don't know what it's called in work. I know it's called a helicopter mom, but like a helicopter manager or somebody has to kind of be looking over you and for you to actually do the things you need to do. You know, do you make sure things are in line at work that you know can be fixed, or that you could fix easily without your manager knowing, without having to be told to do it? How are you with your tempo, with your body? Do you tell yourself, oh, I'm going to change this, I'm going to eat this way, and then you don't eat this way? You go and eat McDonald's or Taco Bell or all these different things, because that is, again, you're not keeping integrity. You're being a hypocrite to yourself. You're telling your body that I want this to do this, but then you're doing something totally different. It's confusing to your mind and your subconscious. They don't think you're serious. I'm just being honest. They don't. And this is a message for myself too, because I've been there many of times where I made one commitment and then I fall back on that commitment. How are you with your goals? When you write down your goal, do you do everything in your power to make that goal happen? Or do you kind of just wait for it to show up in your lap? Like it's going to come down from heaven.
Like, behold, or I'm waiting.
Yes, things like that can happen, obviously. There are goals that are going to just come to you. Like they're going to be ticked off your list because it literally just happens. I feel like all of those things fall in line with being honest and having integrity. In relationship, do you respect your significant other? Where, like, for instance, say you're out in public and there's no way she could find this out, but you see an ex. Do you flirt with your ex? Do you do all these things that you wouldn't want the love of your life to do? Do you do those things because you know that she is not going to find out? Or do you have integrity where you say hi to your ex, you're cordial, and then you keep moving? And matter of fact, maybe it makes more sense to tell your significant other that you ran into your ex. Are you honest in conversations? Are you honest with yourself? Am I being authentic? Do you examine those things? Like we talked about last week with kindness. When no one's looking, do you do things that are in line with who you are? This could be picking up trash you see, picking up your own trash. There's so many examples of being in line, of not being a hypocrite. I've seen so many parents, and this is so many parents where they'll say, oh, I tell my kid not to drink, but then you drink in front of your kid. And again, I'm not judging people for drinking, because I haven't drank in like 3 months, but I was a drinker and I probably will have another drink. I'm just saying, I'm not judging you for it, but keep that in mind. Or if you're a parent who yells at your kid, but then it gets mad if they yell, or are you a parent who cusses in front of your kid and then your kid turns around and starts cussing and you're mad, but you were cussing? And that's something that I've always thought was strange in any environment, when someone tells me to do something, but then they don't do what they say. So you're telling me to do this, but then you're not doing it. I feel like your example is more powerful. Your actions are more powerful than than any words. That also makes people think you're a hypocrite. That also makes people think that you're not walking in integrity, that you're not honest. And so you could be, you know, I'm not going to dive so deep into this because this is just a short conversation, but just really think about how you're showing up for yourself, how you're showing up in anything, because how you do anything is how you do all things. I really, and I say this, I think I've said this at every end of every video, I really do hope that you sit back and think about what I'm talking about and think of ways where you can be more honest, really for yourself, not even for others. Like, how could I be more honest with myself? How could I be more open to walk in integrity? How could I be a better person, be a better example? I think it's so important. I think it's so important. And that's why, like I said, that's why I don't really wear makeup, because that's not who I am. That's why I try to be my authentic self on camera as much as possible by recording myself, because I am nervous. So I don't act the same way I would act if I'm just was walking around, if I was just talking to myself, like, because I talk to myself a lot about what I want to talk about. I probably don't even sound the same way. I probably sound way more excited, even though I am excited right now. I'm also nervous, but I probably sound way more excited. And I want to get to the point to where I could be totally like that on camera. And right now, I'm just slowly taking those steps. It's hard for me just to sit here and stare at the camera right now, but I do it anyways because I know the message is important. And that's me walking with integrity, me being honest, because so many people aren't. There's so many people online who do not tell us the truth, who are not speaking their truth. They're not walking in integrity. They're being one way to gain the money, the fame, or the clout, whatever it is, but they're not walking in integrity. And so I really hope that you choose today, tomorrow, and forevermore to walk in integrity, to be honest with yourself, to be honest with others, to do the best you can, because you're not always going to be perfect. And there's going to be times when, you know, you really do not want to get up for that workout, but do your best to be committed to that, because the more often that you stay in line with the version of yourself that you want to be, so the goals that you plan, the things that you tell yourself you're going to do, the more your body, your mind, your subconscious will see, oh, we're really serious about this. From there, the more you'll start to see things show up in your life, see opportunities show up, see your goals come to pass, see your waist get smaller, see your muscles get bigger, see more money coming into your lap, see more love in your life, because you're being consistent. This is a message for me, not just for you. This is a message for me. Everything I talk about is something that I've done, I've gone through, or something I'm working on, at least so far, that I've recorded, and the ideas I have coming up. So don't think that I'm saying I've already mastered this, because I haven't. It's something I strive to be better at every single day, all the time. And so I'm so thankful that you are here watching this video, especially if you made it to the end. I'm so grateful for all the people who comment, share, who've subscribed. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. With all my love, Lana.